The last few years have been proven that the era of blue sky TV isn't completely over. Psych's been revived as a series of TV movies, while Monk hosted a reunion of sorts. And the resurgence isn't limited to USA Network shows, as HBO Max's The Flight Attendant charted similar sunny with a chance of tragedy territory. Now comes the IMDb TV revival of Leverage, John Rogers and Chris Downey's crime drama that followed a team of reformed criminals with distinct but complementary set of skills.
Welcome to the Cinema Gold Show with your host, Larry Leese. From the small screen to the big screen, we cover all the latest entertainment news. Join us on your favorite podcast platform or on YouTube every weekday.
Welcome to the Cinema Gold Show. I'm your host, Larry Leese. Today we're breaking down the latest TV and streaming news from around the industry, and also giving our review of IMDb TV's new show, Leverage Redemption. So join us. Our first main topic, WandaVision nabs 23 Emmy nominations, including Outstanding Limited Series. Marvel's WandaVision is up for a slew of Emmy Awards this season, including the prestigious award for Outstanding Limited Series. The new Disney Plus show is getting a lot of attention at this year's Primetime Emmy Awards, as the hit show is even up for Outstanding Limited Series. On Tuesday, the full list of nominees were announced, and the show scored 23 nominations, putting it in third place with the most noms overall. The Mandalorian and The Crown both managed to pull ahead with 24 nominations each. The lead actors of WandaVision are both up for major awards. Elizabeth Olsen is up for the Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Limited Series, Movie, or Anthology for her role in WandaVision. The other nominees include Michaela Cole, Cynthia Erivo, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Kate Winslet. Paul Bettany, Olsen's co-star who played Vision, was also nominated for the Outstanding Lead Actor Emmy. The category's other nominees are Hugh Grant, Ewan McGregor, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and Leslie Odom Jr. Kathryn Hahn was also nominated for Outstanding Supporting Actress. WandaVision itself has also scored the nomination for Outstanding Limited Series, putting itself against the competition of I May Destroy You on HBO, Mayor of Easttown, HBO, The Queen's Gambit on Netflix, and The Underground Railroad from Amazon. Meanwhile, Olsen has previously been recognized for her performance as Wanda Maximoff on WandaVision. At the MTV Movie and TV Awards, she won the award for Best Performance in a Show, an honor that fans say is very well deserved. She also won for Best Fight alongside Kathryn Hahn, who played the villain Agatha Harkness on the series. Hahn also won the Best Villain Award at the show. WandaVision also won the Best Show Award at that event. WandaVision premiered on Disney Plus in January and very quickly became one of the year's most popular shows. It kicks off Phase 4 of the MCU by picking up after the events of Avengers Endgame, following WandaVision in a sitcom-like world that spoofs various TV shows. The acting on the series was particularly praised, as well as the writing and direction. It brought in a lot of big wins at the MTV Movie and TV Awards, and there was a lot of hope from fans the show would get some love at the Emmys as well. Though there are no plans for a second season of WandaVision, the series did serve to help set up the coming movie Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It will bring back Olsen as Wanda Maximoff, alongside Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. Kevin Feige has recently teased that we'll see Kathryn Hahn back in the MCU once again soon enough. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is set to be released on March 25th, 2022. It was recently announced the 73rd Emmy Awards will be hosted by Cedric the Entertainer on Sunday, September 19th, available on Paramount Plus. second topic is Disney Plus is giving the Mandalorian Season 2 finale its own special. Disney Plus announces a special episode of Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian, centering on Luke Skywalker's return during the Season 2 finale. Hot on the heels of The Mandalorian Season 2, landing 24 nominations at the Emmys like we previously mentioned, Disney Plus announced a special episode of Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian, focusing on Luke Skywalker's shocking return during the Season 2 finale. Titled, Making of the Season 2 Finale, the special episode will look at the technology used for the Season 2 finale, which allowed Mark Hamill to play a version of Luke who was only 5 years removed from the events of 1983's Return of the Jedi. As part of the announcement, Disney released a behind-the-scenes photo featuring Max Lloyd-Jones, the actor who physically portrayed Luke on set prior to being transformed into a digitally de-aged Hamill during post-production. The Mandalorian Season 2 finale ends with Luke showing up just in time to rescue Din Djarin and his allies from being wiped out by Moff Gideon's Dark Trooper droids. He then proceeds to take Grogu, or Baby Yoda, with him to continue his Jedi training, though not before Din gives his surrogate son permission and bids him an emotional farewell, even removing his helmet to allow Grogu to see his face for the first time. While many viewers responded positively to Luke's surprise cameo, it was also met with criticism. Some found Hamill's CGI de-aged likeness unsettling and felt the role of young Luke should have been recast with a different actor, like fan pick Sebastian Stan. Others saw the Season 2 finale's emphasis on Luke's fighting abilities as an unnecessary rebuttal, meant to appease those who took issue with 2017's Star Wars The Last Jedi and its portrayal of an older Luke who, following Kylo Ren's turn to the dark side, went into exile and cut himself off from the Force. Hamill, who has publicly voiced his disagreement with The Last Jedi's interpretation of Luke, reignited this debate when he thanked the rescue director, Peyton Reed, for allowing him to play Luke when he was still a symbol of hope and optimism. This sparked numerous replies from fans who defended the older version of Luke, arguing his use of nonviolence in the film's climax proved he was still a symbol of hope. For now, though, it remains to be seen whether the Disney Gallery will change anyone's mind on this subject. This new episode of the Disney Gallery, making the Season 2 finale, begins streaming this August on Disney+. The Mandalorian Season 3 currently isn't expected to premiere until late 2022. And our final main topic is Leverage Redemption. We finally give our review of the first 8 episodes of Leverage Redemption, available now on IMDb TV. The last few years have proven that the era of Blue Sky TV isn't completely over. Sykes has seen a revival thanks to a series of TV movies which continue to be released with no end in sight. Monk hosted a reunion of sorts, and the resurgence isn't limited to just USA Network shows. HBO Max's The Flight Attendant charted similar sunny with a chance of tragedy territory. Now comes the IMDb TV revival of Leverage, John Rogers and Chris Downey's crime drama that followed a team of reformed criminals with distinct but complementary set of skills. It originally aired on TNT for its 5-season run. It was the spiritual companion of shows to Psych and Burn Notice, with its lighthearted tone, stable of great guest stars, and episodic format that occasionally served a larger narrative. Leverage Redemption retains the zippiness of the original series, even with a revised cast and a truncated season, while leaning into its procedural element. The new version of the show is quite modular, as the team is assembled and reassembled and heists are expeditiously planned and executed. After watching the first 2 episodes, which introduced new members Harry Wilson, played by Noah Weil, and Brianna Hardison, played by Elise Shannon, you can practically choose your own retribution adventure. To take down a shitty building developer, you go with episode 4. Want to see a Martin Scarelli-like vulture capitalist lose everything while playing a Magic the Gathering knockoff? check out The Card Game Job. The outcomes on Leverage Redemption are even less in doubt than on the original series, which can make the season, especially in the back half, feel a bit rote. But the real questions and thrills have always been in the meticulous planning, which is once more revealed via Ocean 11's like flashbacks. In watching the cast play off each other, the team looks quite different at times as Brianna takes over as hacker for her brother Alec, played by Aldous Hodge, whose shooting schedule limited his participation in the revival. Nate Ford is no longer the mastermind, though his name is frequently invoked. Instead, Sophie Devereaux steps up as Leverage leader, and it's yet another role that the grifter fits into seamlessly. But Parker, the thief, is as sneaky as ever, even as she wrestles with her legendary status. And Elliot Spencer remains a soulful hitter who wants to be seen as more than just a muscle. There are some notable changes beyond the makeup of the group. The action's been moved to New Orleans. First Boston, then Portland, and now New Orleans. A city that's seen more than its share of tribulations, which offers all manner of opportunities for these morally compromised Avengers. This is where we first meet Harry, a lawyer and former fixer, who fails in his initial attempt to take down a bad guy. Harry's previous line of work would have made him a target for Team Leverage, or at least collateral damage. But when they see how committed he is to making amends, they quickly welcome him into the fold. You don't spend decades covering up the sins of others without committing some wrongs of your own, a reality that creates sporadic tension throughout the season. Harry may have some trouble fitting in, but Weil looks right at home in the cast, picking up the rhythm of the banter and showing the same willingness to cut loose when the situation calls for it. The writers wisely create a unique spot on the team for Harry. He's more of a wild card than a substitute for Nate. And Weil has a lot of fun playing someone making the most of his shot at redemption. Halfway through the season, he's given a chance to do his best Richard Burton in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, opposite Bellman's rift on Elizabeth Taylor, which is spectacular and intentional failure. Hodge's absence is felt, but Shannon provides a different kind of sparring partner for Parker. Brianna struggles to prove herself early on, and Parker somewhat grudgingly plays mentor. Eventually, the thief realizes there's a lot she can learn from her mentee, in one of the sweetest developments of the season. The gaps in the cast are surprisingly easy to clear. When Elliot and Harry go on their own side mission, it gives Sophie, Parker, and Brianna a chance to solidify their bond. No Nate means Sophie gets to lead the team, and Bellman is more than up to the task of holding these rabble-rousers together. Each configuration, whether it's the full lineup or an all-female escapade, has its own appeal, which means IMDb TV could easily get another season out of the revival. Leverage Redemption drills down on the familiar while setting its sights on even bigger targets. The new episode includes plots on tech overreach and surveillance states. Once again, everyone has a role to play, from Harry to Sophie to Elliot. Each disguise, exaggerated accent, and gadget serves a purpose. It's undoubtedly a formula, but one that continues to work, thanks in part to a spirited cast that acts like a found family, on and off screen. It's not the most necessary or exciting revival, but then again, where else can you watch a New Orleans set Halloween episode in the middle of the summer? And that is all we have for this episode of the Cinema Gold Show. Let us know your thoughts on the topics we covered. Send us a tweet at Cinema Gold Show. Find us on Instagram at the Cinema Gold Show. Send us a message on what you want covered in future episodes. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching the Cinema Gold Show. If you liked what you heard, subscribe to our podcast on all major platforms. Follow us on Twitter at Cinema Gold Show. And like us on Instagram at The Cinema Gold Show. Support the show by buying us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. As always, thank you for listening.